name is Taylor Smith, and the artwork that I have chosen is this painting that you see behind me, titled Home by the Lake by Frederick Edwin Church. I will be discussing the history of this painting, along with the beautiful content and the impact that it has had on me. Located in the colonial to early 19th century gallery collection at the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art in Bentonville, Arkansas, this painting is so much more than what meets the eye. During the 50s and 60s, Church was one of the most talked about and the most widely respected American painters. Before becoming a master himself, Church studied directly under Thomas Cole, learning coloration techniques and how to handle certain mediums, mainly oil paint. People know him by his works of landscape, which commonly portray magnificent icebergs, tropical jungles, mountainous scenery, or, like Home by the Lake, ones depicting the New World. Church got his inspiration during his excessive travels, drawing sketches and reveling in his love for discovery. Featured in his works are scenes from South America, including the Andes, Olana State Historic Site in New York, various New England locations, and Atlantic Canada. Home by the Lake is a landscape oil painting. Looking at the artwork, we notice that it is highly naturalistic. How the water mirrors the land that is bordering it, the light fluffy clouds, the slow distancing of the mountains, and the detail on the trees in the foreground all come across as very true to life, more or less. The artist has successfully created depth and perspective with the help of accurate proportioning. As we look towards the background, the scenery shrinks and becomes less clear and detailed, as well as less intense in color. The furthest range of mountains, for example, are only a wobbly line of solid gray-purple, whereas the closest one has many different pigments and hues, and we can tell that it is wooded in some areas and is nothing but steep rock ledges in others. Another element that gives this painting balance and structure is Church's use of a horizon line and sight line. Our eyes first focus in on the scene at the bottom of the canvas's plane, and are then taken back, slowly, around the cliffs, into the valley and beyond. More subtly is his depiction of light. Attempting to pull us even further into the painting, Church gives the illusion that there is more of the sky that we can't see, which is above the scene, by making some areas brighter than others, as if the position of the sun or additional clouds are casting shadows across the land. With this painting, Church wanted a certain message to be put across. Since it is dealing with the mind of the viewers, as well as the mind of the artist, we can analyze this work using the psychoanalysis method. This painting is representative of the hope for America's future in the 1850s, during the time when colonists were uncertain whether or not slavery would spread into the New West. Church's views, obviously reflected in this picture, were very pro-Union North, discouraging slavery and plantations. So we get this beautiful scene, calm, peaceful, easy, without the concern of slavery, a simple, natural pioneer lifestyle referencing the American dream. By including elements like a deer in the man's boat and the woman getting fresh water a short distance from their home, the artist is communicating that finding staple needs is not a concern. He is clever in his choice of season. Rather than depicting this same scene in the middle of winter with numerous hardships, we see how nice the greenery looks and how peaceful the wilderness, quote, really is, inviting you to make a living as a pioneer. This artwork is an original, made in 1852, from the period of art history known as the Romantic Movement or Romanticism. Prominent themes were man versus nature, long ago and far away, and the use of light to focus on all things that are good and right with the world. Artists commonly depicted foreign exotic places, war, and other things of that nature. There are some characteristics in regards specifically to landscape paintings which are representative of the Roman aesthetic. Artists attempt to trigger a sense of awe, highlighting nature's dramatic changing moods, its power, vastness, and the secrets and wild wonders of the world. Church's work was a great example for all of the above. If we look at his Home by the Lake, we see that he has captured in detail the vastness and the dramatic shifting terrain of an unsettled world, which are all characteristics of the Roman aesthetic. It is all made to look so grand. The top half is equally as compelling as the bottom half, yet if I had to pick my favorite feature, it would be the clouds. I just completely fell in love with how huge they are and how dominant they feel, and they're so realistic and detailed, and I just think they're absolutely wonderful. I also think that it's important to get away from the world once in a while and be able to understand what's real and what isn't. For me, this is real. It's all we really need, and I appreciate this artwork simply because it makes sense. And part of me wishes that I hadn't been shaped according to this age. Otherwise, I think I would like to try out this kind of lifestyle. I highly, highly recommend that all viewers go see the Early American Art Collection at the Crystal Bridges Museum. It's safe to say that paintings like this, as well as other sculptures and mediums, should be especially important to us. They are to our country. They are lasting proof of how we came to be the nation that we are today. Thank you all for watching.